Hey everybody, Anthony will be for Adventures. We're just heading up to Mount Terrible Hut, and there's a couple of different tracks you go up and down to Mount Terrible, which is up in the Lake EILDON area, and it's fairly family friendly, standard Prado type track going up Newman's track. Newman's track, I believe, is the one we're heading up on. Give you a little bit more information. You might want to make a trip for yourself or the family, a couple of mates, more for if you're new at four driving. It is steep hills and all that sort of thing, so you want to have your basic driving skills and vehicle setup. That being said, like I said already, you can take a standard Prado up here, no problems at all, but of course the number one modification for a four-wheel drive out on the tracks is a 2-inch lift, approximately 2-inch, simply because less is more, and up to 2-inch is legal in most states of Australia, depending where you are. Now, it depends on track conditions, you know, that means what the recent weather is, how much traffic's been on it, and whether they've graded it recently as to what the track will be like. But so far, we're only a few minutes into it. It's very smooth. Like I said, standard Prado and tyres. We've actually got a quite standard car in the convoy. It's a 120 Grande on Grand Track road tyres, no problem at all. We'll give you a report when we get up to the hut and let you know how it went. You can ask the man himself perhaps, see what he says about it, but I reckon he'd be loving it. So far today he's got a really sore neck from looking around, looking at all the views. So to give you a bit of a rundown on the trip that we have done before, that we'll probably do again. Generally, if you're coming out of Melbourne, we'll meet up at Healsville, the good old Beechworth Bakery in Healsville. About an hour out of Melbourne, depending exactly where you are in Melbourne, more or less, and the time of the day you do it. These tracks, if they're wet, they could be very slippery as well, so your second advantage would be some all-terrain tyres, but I'm not saying you'd need it, because you should be coming up here when it's dry, or relatively dry anyway, because we're talking to the newbies here at the moment. So once you get out to Healsville, that's your first hour. You can have a bit of a break. The toilets are out the back of the bakery, just walk straight down the left side, out the back first, wash your hands, and then you can go in and get yourself a pie. Pie was pretty good, wasn't it, Lynch? What would you give it out of 10? 8 out of 10, there you go, it's not bad. I'm probably, they didn't have the plain curry pie I wanted. They had, I had a Sri Lankan something or other curry. It was meant to be double spice. It was probably more spice than curry, if you know what I mean. I'm more after the curry when I have a curry pie, but anyway, I'll give it about a 7 out of 10. Probably 8 if they had the exact flavour that I wanted, but it wasn't quite exactly what I was after. But then you get driving again, and about another hour from there you'll come across the town of EILDON, which is next to Lake EILDON. Worth having a bit of a look around. It's just a small town. There's the river on the way up. You can, instead of following Google Maps, when you get to the intersection at Thornton, instead of turning right like it'll most likely tell you, you can go straight ahead, go across the bridge, take the first little right over the bridge, it'll take you down to a spot next to the river, good little fishing spot if you're into freshwater fishing, trout, that sort of thing. Or just have a look at the river because it's pretty cool. You'll probably see some fish there you normally do, or a platypus or something like that, maybe a freshwater cray. Yes, crayfish are actually freshwater. In the salt water, it's actually lobster in Australia, southern rock lobster. So when people say, I'm having crayfish, mate, ask them what freshwater river they got it out of. You can have a bit of a laugh because everybody calls it crays when it's lobster. Anyway, all part of the fun. So have a look around Thornton. Then you can continue up that side of the river, up the left side or the north side of the river, and that'll bring you in past the start of the pondage, past the lower pondage. Just follow around the town. There's a bit of a park there. You can have a bit of a look around there. You can drive down and have a look around the upper pondage. You can just follow up towards the marina and you turn off, go across the top of the dam wall, and then come back down the other side of the pondage. And that's what we did. We turned left up the Jamison Road. So you're heading towards Jamison. Approximately 30 or 40 k's, I'm going to take a guess. It's going to bring you to Newman's Tracks, the most popular way to turn right, which is what we've done. So about another hour to EILDON, have a couple of stops there, go to the toilet if you need to, and then your next stop's letting your tyres down at the bottom of Newman Track, and it'll get you up the top of the hill here, which we're not there yet, by about lunchtime. It's currently 11:30 a.m. We met up at the bakery at 8 a.m. So we're not in any hurry. We could have been here an hour ago, but we're out just a bit of a cruise, a bit of a touring day, see some sights, and just get out and enjoy the fresh country air. get some exercise, maybe go for a walk. You can walk up this hill if you like. We just went past some walkers not long ago. Bugger that, I don't mind walking this flat a bit. Yeah, this would be good for walking, wouldn't it? Let me clear that frost off the windscreen because I've got the aircon on screen to keep all the devices cool. And us, of course, when the going gets really hot, we need to put it on our face to take the phones off the windscreen because we've got the pod locks. They're going well, but phones don't like sun, regardless of the pod lock. And then if you add wireless charging to it, it's not going to help the situation. It'll be a feedback for you. That's why it's worth watching there. So that's this trip. It gets a little bit harder. As we get closer to Mount Terrible, there's some side tracks you can take if you're looking for a challenge. Not that challenging, depending the condition of them, they can actually be dangerous. So just be very careful of what side tracks you choose. And of course, then the issues with your insurance legalities. If you were to have an issue, and someone had footage of it and it got to wherever the wrong place, because sometimes insurance companies do check up on where you're at. Now, we're going over those mounds that help the water run off to the side of the track. We're just cruising on the Dobinson suspension and it's quite comfortable. And what have we got? About 25 PSI on the KO2s. Nice dry track, but don't get me wrong, it is still steep. We are in low range. We like to use the second start button as well at the moment. Just a little bit on the brakes here and there because it is steep. And over these mountains we go with a fair bit of momentum, like my talking, you know, a mile a minute. Anyway, just trying to fit in all that information for you for the Mount Terrible trip, that you could certainly take this on your own. A lot of people, you know, they say they haven't got, but they go on their own a lot. If you go on your own a lot, you want to take the easier tracks. So you pick tracks when they're dry, you pick tracks that are known. I've never been up here when it's been hard. I've been up here when it's wet, it's still not hard, but it doesn't mean there's a variation to that, so just be careful. If you're going to pick tracks you don't know, or tracks that are a bit harder, always recommend take the recovery gear, take other people that might know what's going on. We've got a parts vehicle here. Let's have a look and see what's going on here. Alright, we just had a chat with those blokes. Wasn't anyone at the first car. That's alright. And a bit further up, the next one, of course, there's a bloke standing there in a high-vis shirt. And you can hear a couple of chainsaws. They're doing a bit of cleaning up on the track. That's what I mean. They do a fair bit of maintenance. It's pretty well used. I think it's rare that you'd be able to come up here and have too much trouble on it. But like, for example, just here, see how the track cambers off to the left? Right, and there is a bit of clay in it, so there could be a condition where it was very freshly graded and very wet, and you could come up or down it and slide off to the side where that camber would go off the side of the mountain. So there's lots of things to consider. I urge you to subscribe, turn the bell on, start watching our videos. Careful the other rubbish you watch on some of those other channels. It's not reality. We base our information on YouTube channels, 4x4 Diesel, how to look after the vehicle, things you need, not all the things you don't need. And also driving, reality check what you can actually do getting out on the tracks, where you can go, usually without wrecking vehicles, subject to change without notice if you've got a Hilux and you're only Cobalt. But you know, if you're going to do the hard tracks, we know you need the heavy duty side steps. You don't need any of that stuff up here. Like I said, standard Prado, we're running all terrains and a lift. Other than that, it's just touring items. There's no other underbody protection at all whatsoever, and like I said, you don't even need any of that. Now, if you are driving up a track like this, you want to stop and have a bit of a chat with, if you see someone with a high-vis shirt working somewhere, don't just drive past in a hurry. Late for a very important date, you know, just slow down, have a chat, get some information, right? Same as if you see vehicles going the other way. If they're not late for a very important date, put that in the comments actually if you watch the video this far, because I'm interested to see how many people actually bother to listen and gather this information I'm trying to share to help people. If they're not those people that are late for a very important date, that's what you've got to write in the comments, late for a very important date. If they're not, then you both be going slow enough that you can stop, put your window down, how you going, where you been, what's the track like, bit of chit chat, everything okay, yep. And you can also mention how many vehicles you have behind you or total in your convoy, so they know what to expect. Depending how wide the track is, like at the moment it's wide, there's plenty of room for 2 cars to get past, but in some places on a lot of tracks, you want to know this stuff so you can go, oh, oopsie, oh look, we're going to get muddy here, woo-hoo, a little bit of mud. right? So doesn't mean it's going to be bone dry. There has been a lot of rain recently. It's summer, it's January. Today is actually the 5th of January. And, you know, it hasn't rained for a couple of days, maybe some light rain or whatever, but it dries up really quick in January. These are things to note. Hills, the water runs off, and generally we could go over one of these hills and end up with some big pothole, you never know. Again, like I said, you've got to check the track conditions. That's what I'm talking about. Talk to people and have a look over the hill before you go over it if you're concerned about it. Take your recovery gear anyway, maybe. Take a shovel and your tyre pressure gauge, compressor, tyre repair kits are your top recovery items, okay? Somebody said to me you can take 3 things. Number 1, I want to let the tyres down. Number 2, I want to pump them up. I want to be able to repair them. So all your tyre equipment and your shovel, because you can make a track. And the next one would be a chainsaw, because you can tidy things up out of the way. If trees are coming down, sometimes they'll be in your way and you need to do that. You can't always turn around and go the other way. Right, so we just had a chat with this bloke. They're going to drop a tree in about 30 seconds. So we'll keep an eye out, see what happens. Yeah, I can see that old one, right? So probably they'll have it going the other way most likely, but keep a bit of distance is what they're thinking. I think he's going to keep a bit of distance himself. He might want us to go back even further. Let's see anyway. Change of plans. We're going through. They're going to wait. Let me see where this tree's at. Anyway, good driving for people, new people. That's why I thought I'll do the video. Nice, easy, good drives for people and all that. Alright, another parts vehicle here. There they are. Working hard, mate, on the big money with the company vehicles, doing it hard. No, it is pretty humid actually. Out with all the gear on and all the sun and humidity. They'd be going, oh, it's hot. And it's not hot, it's 24 degrees, but this is a mistake people are making. Listening to those people that tell you what's what and what's going to be. Dry, hot summer. It's not a dry, hot summer. It just feels hot. It's bloody mid-20s and humid, man. It feels like it's 40 though, because 40 dry is nice. And you automatically think of hot and a high number when you're uncomfortable with the heat and the perspiration. That's the humidity. Anyway, we'll continue up this track. Anything eventful, we'll let you know. The bob hole. What's that buzzing sound? Heaps of March fires. Hey everybody, we're up on the top of Mount Terrible now. Just thought we'd ask the man himself. This is what year is this? 98. 08. 120 Prado, stock standard. You can see it's got the Grand Trek tyres as promised, right? And we just thought we'd ask the man himself. How did you go up the hill, mate? How did you feel bringing a stock standard Prado up out into high country? You're up over 1,400 metres now. Yeah. Put the tyres down, low range. Beautiful. Sat up there. I'm sitting at 1,200, 1,300 RPM. Beautiful. Just cruised all the way up. Happy days, mate. There you go, people. Like I said, on a dry conditions day with reasonable track conditions, you can do it easy with road tyres. So just giving you the info. Anyway, here we are at Mount Terrible Hut. We've got it to ourselves at the moment, but we have got a drone going, but mate, the amount of march fires attracted to this one GD. Unbelievable. Have a look at them. It's not like Goog's track. Goog's track was ridiculous. Anyway, there you go. Let's go and have a look at this hut for you. The view at Mount Terrible Hut. There's the cars, and there's the hut, and I'm on the table. Clear day would probably be a bit better. Beautiful. Firewood ready to go. Yep, in a storm, if you're stuck out here or something, it'd be better than nothing, that's for sure. You wouldn't be complaining. I've been up here in the snow a couple of times. So, menu tonight, if you end up here, mackerel, baked beans, and whatever that is. Hey everyone, we've decided to take a bit of a different way down, so we started heading back down Newman's, and about 10 minutes or so down the track you'll notice another track off to the side, Danes Spur, which once again has changed a lot over the years I've been coming up here. Used to be quite narrow, overgrown, all that sort of thing. Now it's really fully accessible. You could pretty well bring a caravan up here beyond the 300 series if you wanted to, but yeah, so nice big mounds, well looked after, recently graded at the moment, January 24. It's 2024 now. Anyway, we hung a lefty, we went down Danes Spur. This is it. I feel that we're getting towards the end of it. I haven't opened up any maps yet, so just going by memory and just see that it's feeling. But I feel like we're getting down to where it joins onto the, here we go, right here, right now, where it joins onto Big River Road, whatever it's called, that follows the river down. And this is the start and the end of Danes. Nice and steep there at the end. Yep, what's this called? Yeah, Danes Spur. I'll just show you on the sign there. Sure, we'll just pop it into high range and take the diff lock off and the second start off. All right, here we are at a top secret campground. Check this out, right? The creek's there. It's not a big creek, but peak hour, one car coming home. There's one person camped over there, so this is why you watch the videos. We'll give you the name of the spot. You can read it yourself when we drive out. It's over there on the sign as we head up the road. Which road? Here we go. What's that saying, the sign there, Mitch? You want to tell them? Chaffy Creek camping area, which would be off Big River Road. So head up to EILDON, turn right towards Jamison. When you go across, there's a lot of camps out here, but if you turn up the Big River Road that follows along the river, you'll eventually come to here. Shouldn't be too far down, I reckon 10 minutes. Let's go and see. All right, headed back down. We're about 5 minutes driving from where we were. This is the Rapids Day Visitor Area. Nobody around. We've had two oncoming vehicles. One was a Tesla looking for a charging station. Not going to find it. And the patrol probably going to take that camping spot. So probably right. Anyway, we'll let you know how far it is. Not far now. We're just down the bottom now, and we turned left. So literally 10 minutes from that camp, from the blacktop. All road in good condition. Shouldn't say too much because the two-wheel drivers might get in there. Anyway, that's the video, people. Catch you on the next one. Subscribe, turn the bell, and I hope you liked it. Hit the like button, and you can now plan your trip. Catch you on the next video. See you. Look at this, beautiful. This is the Goulburn River, a little bit further downstream from Thornton at the next bridge. Bit of debris under there. Beautiful. Bring your rod. This is an absolute cracker of a river to go fishing in. on a day like today, even if you don't catch fish, because you just want to get in it. Look at it, it's just beautiful. Here at Lake EILDON is chock-a-blocker, like 100% full, like right up to the car park. This is like the top car park next to the damn wall. Chock-a-block, what a day for it. Beautiful. Taponga River.